So cinema's creepiest doll comes back again for the third time. Should we even care about this? Yeah, you should. And with that, I'm welcome to another episode of The Real Mentor. My goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So Annabelle Comes Home. Yes, it's a shitty title, but it's not a shitty movie here. We got first-time director Gary Dauberman taking the helm from David Sandberg, who of course gave us Annabelle Creation, which was such a huge improvement over the first Annabelle. I hated the first Annabelle, thought it was straight garbage. The second one was leaps and bounds superior to it. I really enjoyed it. It was really well made. Of course, Sandberg went on to direct Shazam and what have you. So it's always interesting to see a first-time directors, take over a franchise to see what he can do. And I'm glad to say that he did a really good job here, a worthy entry into this, not only the Annabelle series, but the Conjuring universe as a whole. And one of the main reasons why I was looking forward to this movie is because this was the most tied into the Conjuring film, the original. Of course, we have here the Warrens featured here, not completely, but in the way they are. And it starts off with how they, were able to obtain the Annabelle doll. They put in like a little glass cabinet for those who are familiar with the movies, of course, you know what I'm talking about. And it picks off from there, primarily focusing on their daughter. So this is directly tied into the Warrens, which obviously makes this, and I won't take credit for it, my friend mentioned it when we walked out of the movie, there's almost like a Conjuring light, if you will, not exactly a direct sequel to The Conjuring, but definitely more tied into that universe than any of the movies we've seen in the past. And this movie really caught me by surprise because I wasn't expecting what it gave us here. This movie was completely different from what I was kind of envisioning in my head about a third Annabelle movie will be like. I was thinking it'd be more like the second one, have this, Annabelle doll creeping everybody out, a lot of people dying, etc., etc., etc. And this is almost, I would say the complete opposite, but takes a completely different direction here. It's a little more refreshing. I really enjoyed that. I love that for first time director did a really good job shooting the film, as most of these are, and following David Sandberg's footsteps here. Given, of course, you always get the great imagery in out of these horror movies, and that's there, of course. But what I really liked about this is because this is not like a slasher type film. People aren't dying left and right here. This is almost more like a haunted house horror film, if you will. Give you a little idea what the movie's about. We obviously the Warrens have to go away for a little bit. The daughter's left with the regular babysitter for a little bit, and it's just the babysitter and her. And of course, they're in the house, and her babysitter's best friends come over. She does something that she's not supposed to be doing, unleashes Annabelle, of course, upon them. And it's not just Annabelle, but all the other demonic possessions that are all housed in that little basement room area that they have in the house. They all start terrorizing the three girls in the house, and this poor schlub who ends up wants to be one of the girls' boyfriends. And he actually provides a lot of comic relief here and relieves a lot of the tension, and it's well timed. So he was actually a good addition to the cast. But it's basically just them four trying to survive here, and again, this plays more like a haunted house as opposed to just more of a slasher. Your typical, we seen before with Annabelle. Annabelle is almost, I won't say she's secondary. She's featured in here. You see the doll popping up and all that, but it's more about all the other artifacts that are in there. Now, not all the artifacts come out great and are fully fleshed out, explored as much as I would like, but there's a lot that are, whether it be this cool little samurai outfit-looking thing, of course, this demonic possessed bridal outfit, and this people, dead bodies going around, and this demon creature. A lot of cool stuff out there, and it's done so well. But what really impressed me here is that the restraint that the director showed here. This is very elongated, scary scenes, tension-filled scenes here. With very little music. He lets the sounds, the creepiness, the mood kind of deliver the scares, as opposed to relying on cheap scares, which we see all the time. And there are some cheap jump scares here and there. Of course, they're going to be. But what's great about what he did here is that he had the restraint to not give it away all too early. He let these scenes build up, and a lot of tension, and there's moments where you feel you're gonna get a jump scare. He resists on that. So when that actually does happen, it carries more weight and is more effective, especially towards the end, because all this is building up. And then, although it is a slow start to the film, but the last 45 minutes, man, it's really edgy. You see a lot of cool scares, a lot of good imagery, very tense, and it's very, very entertaining from that standpoint. At the end of the day, the story very simple. Yes, some issues with the writing, yeah, here and there, nothing major. But ultimately, as a horror film, that's what I always say, it just needs to be scary to be good. And this is what this movie delivers. Is this a fantastic movie? No, but I think it's pretty much on par with the last Annabelle Creation, and in different ways. It's a different movie featuring obviously the same demonic doll, but it's done completely executed in a totally new, fresh way, and a nice, good take. And again, a worthy entry into the franchise, into this universe. And it's one I really recommend. I think horror fans are gonna kick out of it. It's gonna be crowd pleasing. The crowd was really into it. A lot of good scares imagery you guys are gonna enjoy. So Annabelle Coming Home, you guys are gonna watch it. You should if you're a horror fan. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.